before them. Come now, let us go down and there confuse their language, that they may not listen to one another's language. Accordingly, Jehovah scattered them from there over all the surface of the earth, and they gradually left off building the city. That is why its name was called Babel, because there Jehovah had confused the language of all the earth, and Jehovah had scattered them from there over all the surface of the earth. This is the history of Shem. Shem was 100 years old when he became father to Arpachshad 2 years after the deluge. And after his fathering Arpachshad, Shem continued to live 500 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. And Arpachshad lived 35 years. Then he became father to Shelah. And after his fathering Shelah, Arpachshad continued to live 403 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. And Shelah lived 30 years. Then he became father to Eber. And after his fathering Eber, Shelah continued to live 403 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. And Eber lived on for 34 years. Then he became father to Peleg. And after his fathering Peleg, Eber continued to live 430 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. And Peleg lived on for 30 years. Then he became father to Reu. And after his fathering Reu, Peleg continued to live 209 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. And Reu lived on for 32 years. Then he became father to Serug. And after his fathering Serug, Reu continued to live 207 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. And Serug lived on for 30 years. Then he became father to Nahor. And after his fathering Nahor, Serug continued to live 200 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. And Nahor lived on for 29 years. Then he became father to Terah. And after his fathering Terah, Nahor continued to live 119 years. Meanwhile, he became father to sons and daughters. And Terah lived on for 70 years, after which he became father to Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And this is the history of Terah. Terah became father to Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran became father to Lot. Later, Haran died while in company with Terah his father in the land of his birth, in Ur of the Chaldeans. And Abram and Nahor proceeded to take wives for themselves. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, while the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and father of Iscah. But Sarai continued to be barren. She had no child. After that, Terah took Abram his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his grandson, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, the wife of Abram his son, and they went with him out of Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. In time, they came to Haran and took up dwelling there. And the days of Terah came to be 205 years. Then Terah died in Haran. Chapter 12. And Jehovah proceeded to say to Abram, Go your way out of your country and from your relatives and from the house of your father to the country that I shall show you. And I shall make a great nation out of you, and I shall bless you, and I will make your name great. And prove yourself a blessing. And I will bless those who bless you, and him that calls down evil upon you I shall curse. And all the families of the ground will certainly bless themselves by means of you.